day that he proposed, there was no hesitation for me to say yes, because everything about the relationship is sweet, like honey. I met Robert on Match.com, and at the time I was in California working on an assignment. I had some downtime, so I went on to Match.com and I saw that Robert had winked at me. I read his profile, and then my first impression of him was, oh, he's handsome. And I read more of his profile, and he's Puerto Rican. So I said, hey, why not? A couple months later, when I returned home from doing the assignment in California for work, we met up in December, and that's kind of where it all began. We met at Surfing the Nations in Wahiwa. We had coffee and then we talked. From that point on, we can be totally comfortable with each other. One thing I admired about Robert, he was self-sufficient. He wanted to start his own business. That intrigued me because that showed me character, because it's not easy starting your business, doing your business, and seeing it through. Robert puts God first in everything that he does, and then he'll put into action the works of his faith, and that's important to me, having a man that is a man of God. Just the fact that we both keep God centered, and he prays for me, we pray together, coming into a relationship that is built on God, both of us are keeping God centered, is sweet like honey, because when you get into disagreements, it's not about keeping score or who's right or who's wrong. We can easily come to each other if we did something wrong and know that the other person's going to be understanding and work through it with you. How did I know that Robert was the one? I didn't really know at one specific point. It was more of things just leading up to knowing that. One day when my mom and I was driving up to visit my dad at the grave, my mom just looked at me and said, don't you think that Dad sent Robert to you? And I kind of chuckled, because she and I never get into that kind of personal details of my relationships. And also my dad would always just tell me, Rene, when are you going to settle down? Well, there hasn't been a guy that was able to ground me in respect of not controlling me, but letting me do my goals, do my challenges, and try it and go for it. Robert, he knows how to keep me grounded, because I'm my own person, but yet with Robert, I can still continue with my goals and our goals together. Robert proposed to me this past Valentine's Day. When I went home from work that day, I noticed everything in the house was clean, but this one particular corner in the kitchen where we keep our trash can under the kitchen lights, it was missing. He was busy cooking dinner, so I got ready, came out, and your sister folks came, and we had dinner. And then as we were preparing dessert, I went to sit down and I pulled the chair out, and it surprised me because there was a bouquet of roses, and then above the light switches there's this card, and it said, will you marry me? I turned around and Robert was there kneeling. Robert mentioned, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, this is where Rene was first born, underneath the kitchen light switches, and here today is where she accepts my proposal, and this is where she starts a new life together with me.